So Joe Biden, over the last 48 hours, he's just fallen all over himself. So he was doing an interview with the National Association of Black Journalists, and he just randomly decided that he was going to say that all black people think alike. Unlike Latino people who are quite diverse, black people all think alike. Here is Joe Biden falling all over himself.
What you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things.
So that's wild. Okay, like really, if Donald Trump went out there and he's like, all the black people, they think the same and they like look the same, and everybody would be like, well, what? That now, Donald? But Joe Biden's out there being like, Latinos are very diverse and very diverse. Unlike black people who are not diverse at all, they all kind of are thinking the same. Okay, so that guy is not with us. Joe Biden is not with us. And it's literally every other word that comes out of his mouth is incoherent. I mean, yesterday, again, a National Association of Black Journalists, here he is just stumbling all over himself. And this is like a regular thing.
I'm so forward looking to have an opportunity to sit with the president or stand with the president in debates. There are going to be plenty of time. And by the way, as I joke with him, you know, I shouldn't say it. I'm going to say something I probably shouldn't say. Anyway, I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Guys, he's super happy to have the American public judge his physical and mental fitness.
We have a sleepy guy in a basement of a house.
That guy is who the Democrats chose. He is very lucky right now that he is basically in the basement, because if this person were out there on the campaign trail, this would be all the footage, wall to wall, all the time. It's not like he's doing this a little bit. He's doing it pretty much every single thing he says. Here was Joe Biden yesterday botching his own China policy.
The way China will respond is when we gather the rest of the world that in fact believes in open trade and making sure that we're in a position that the world that we deal with WHO the right way. That in fact that's when things begin to change. That's when China's behavior is going to change.
He's not speaking English, guys. He is not speaking English. And it is perfectly fair to point this out, because what it really means is that whoever he picks as his VP is going to be president. I mean, if he's declined this much just over the course of the campaign, and he has, then who is going to effectually be the president? It ain't going to be Biden. That is not an absurd contention, nor is it an ageist contention. He is just not fully there. There are plenty of people who are 80 who are fully there. Joe Biden is declining. I mean, how not with it is Joe Biden? Again, if you just reversed the parties, he'd be getting ripped up and down for the kind of crap that spews out of his mouth on a regular basis. Yesterday, he asked a black journalist from CBS News if he was a junkie. Not joking, a thing that happened in real life.
Please clarify specifically, have you taken a cognitive
No,
test?
I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test?
I don't know where to begin.
Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not. What do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say to President Trump, who brags about his test and makes your mental state an issue for voters?
Are you a junkie? Look at that crazy-ass Cesar Romero Joker smile pasted on that grill. My goodness. My goodness. Well, it's no wonder that many medical professionals are wondering about what they are seeing in Joe Biden. And don't give me you don't get to speculate from afar on his medical condition. I'm not speculating on his medical condition. I'm just telling you what I see in front of my very own eyes. Okay, this didn't work for Hillary Clinton when she tried to claim that she was totally fine and then collapsed into a van. It certainly is not going to work for Democrats whistling past the graveyard, no pun intended, with Joe Biden going around basically pretending he's perfectly fine. And we can all see that he is basically bumping into the furniture. The fact that he's falling apart is allowing him to avoid blame for the stuff that he's saying. I mean, saying that all black people think the same while all Latino people do not is pretty racist. It really is. I mean, I don't know what he thinks he is saying there, but it's pretty incredible that he said it out loud, and then everybody's like, oh, okay, well, that's just Joe being senile. Okay, either his senility is a point in his favor or it is a point against him. You cannot have it both ways.